loans give more returns. Get more security and more interest on your fixed deposits from Sri Lanka's largest finance company, LOLC Finance.
Hi, I'm Megan Dhakshini and I will be answering Living's questions today for Living Gets Real.
Hi Megan.
Hi.
Welcome to Living Gets Real. It's lovely to have you with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Especially in this new year. So, very happy new year to you.
Happy New Year to you too. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Let's tell our viewers a little bit about yourself.
Okay.
In terms of what you do, we have many things that you do.
So I'm going to start with a little story. There's this man who dies and goes to hell, and he's and he's walking around hell wondering what punishment he's going to get. And he sees these people sitting in a campfire, and he goes over to them and thinks, okay, now this is where I'm going to get my punishment. And he sees Satan there, and Satan is sitting in the middle of this group, and Satan looks at him and says, now tell us a bit about yourself. So that's a little story from my daughter, who was helping me prep for this, and then she was like, you know, you should do this story. So thank you, Navya. I think she picked it up from a Rick Riordan book somewhere.
Okay, so which means I'm Satan, right?
It's the worst question, right? Asking people to talk about themselves. But
well,
okay.
Since you play so many roles, it would be nice to hear about it.
Yeah, so I would describe myself as a creative soul. I dabble in all sorts of creative things, so from writing to art direction, singing, a little bit of yoga, cooking, anything creative I love to do. For work, I run a small boutique agency with my partner Delay Joseph, who is also an artist. And I also work as a trilingual voice artist, so I've been doing radio and TV voices for about 15 years, I think. So that's work. Passion, I'm a writer. I write poetry. I've published 2 books of poetry, one in 2018 that was called Poison Apple, that was published in the States. And my next book, Softly We Fall, is coming out this month, published by Sarasavi. It was longlisted for the Gratian in 2021. What else? I love food. I love to travel, love to read, obsessed with Christmas, coffee, and chocolate.
Nice. Okay, so tell us some of the commercials. We probably would have heard your voice.
Am I allowed to mention brands? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm the voice you hear when you call Pizza Hut. I think that's the easiest one.
Oh,
yeah.
So I pick up the Pizza
phone.
Hut.
Yeah, in all 3 languages, it's me that you hear.
Oh, nice.
But,
all right.
But a lot of others, so Lux, Vaseline, Dove, a whole heap of personal care brands. I do different things. Banks.
Right, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, lovely. So you mentioned about running a creative boutique agency, right? Sounds very exciting. So how do you bring your artistic touch to the business side of things?
Okay, so the easy part there is that advertising is a creative business, so it's a given that you have to be creative in what you do there. But having said that, as an agency, as the next big think, that's what we're called, we don't believe in just being creative for the sake of being creative. So all of our advertising solutions are always grounded in strategic thought. We always think about the client's business problem first and try to figure out how we can best have a marketing solution to that, rather than just doing pretty pictures and nice looking videos. So that's how we do things with our business. But in terms of how I bring the creative side of things, I think my strength lies with giving brands a voice. I like figuring out different tones of voices for different brands, how they speak, giving them a personality. That's where my strength lies. And I also like to bring in a little bit of heart into the advertising we do, if and when possible, because I find that a lot of communication now it's very cold. There is no emotional connect to things. So when it's possible, that's something I like doing. So yeah, I would say that.
Okay, nice. Okay, so Megan, you also do sing. We've seen a few videos and you have an amazing voice.
Thank you.
So how do you get into that space? How do you enjoy that bit of?
So singing is not something I do professionally. I have to state that. It's a passion thing and a hobby of mine. I have been singing ever since I was a child. I'm not a trained singer and I'm not trained professionally, but I do sing a little bit for Soundari David. When she does her Tamil shows, I'm part of that repertoire there. And just for fun, I do covers and put them out on Instagram and stuff like that. It's because I just love doing it. But yeah, it's not something I'm pursuing as a profession or a career choice or anything like that.
Well, maybe you should, because you do have a lovely voice.
Thank you so much.
So you mentioned about your second book, which we released this month, right? So can you give us a little bit of a hint what the readers can expect in terms of the tone or overarching themes of the book?
Okay, so Softly We Fall is the name of the book. Just like my first collection, which was Poison Apple, this one also touches upon the same themes generally, which is I write a lot about love, loss, longing, about lust. Then I do, in this book, talk a little bit about depression. And I think in terms of a difference between Poison Apple and this one, in Softly We Fall, I go a little bit deeper into specific emotions and specific moments. So I expand upon just the feeling of sadness and the tightening of your chest, for example, and then write a poem about that. Or I talk about what sensations would run through your mind when you are having a depressive episode. So it's very specifically about one thing, whereas Poison Apple was sort of a story set in poem where you kind of followed the affair of two people from start to finish. This one, where even though we have the same theme kind of running through, I have explored more of the emotions and gone deeply into that side of things in this. So I'm sure that readers will be able to find at least one thing that they relate to, because it's something that happens in everyone's life. So yeah, I'm excited about having it released finally, because it was finished in 2020 and it's 2024 now, so I've been sitting on it way too long.
Well, COVID also happened.
Yeah, so there was
and the
this
economic crisis,
huge
and
break.
the Aragalia and everything.
Yeah, and creatively also nothing happened during that time. I wasn't able to create during that time, though it did sort of get out. There were a lot of people doing creative things during the quarantine time. I just sort of took a step back and was I just stopped.
I think there were two extremes. There were people who actually kind of found their creative
Correct.
edge or their side, and certain people who just like went into.
I just So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Nice, looking forward to reading it. Okay, so lastly, if you could leave a single piece of advice for aspiring creatives, be it writing, poetry, singing, the work that you do, what would it be?
I would say stay true to yourself. I think a lot of younger creatives they come out trying to be like someone else or trying to emulate someone, or they have a favorite singer or a favorite writer that they want to be like, and they try to imitate, which is something you really should not do. Be confident in what your voice is. Be raw. Don't be afraid of being raw, I would say. it's being vulnerable and you have to put yourself out there. But in the end, if you write something that you would read, or if you sing something that you would listen to, then I'm sure that there'll be enough of other people out there who would enjoy the same thing. So don't try to be someone else, always be you.
That's a scary part.
It is, because it takes a while to find confidence in being yourself, but it does help. Like, I think with my first book, it was difficult, and now when I read it, I feel like, oh, I could have done things better. But there were so many people who messaged me afterwards saying, oh, I really resonated with this, or oh my God, this happened with you too, or like, this really spoke about an emotion that I went through, and then I was able to connect with these people, and that felt nice. So then I realized that, okay, you're not alone, you're never alone in something. There's enough of people who can share a bond with you over a creative thing. So always just be yourself.
Nice. All right, Megan. So we've come to the end of segment 1, which is our questions, and we do have a little game for you on the other side. So we'll see you soon.
To curb corruption, one must be courageous to confront and rise up against the corrupt. Sleep well, be guided by ethics and standards for peace of mind.
Refresh Sri Lanka for a civic-minded society. LMD, the voice of business.
Welcome to segment 2 of Living Gets Real, Megan. So let's get into the fun questions we have for you. I had 25 silly, crazy, unrealistic, but some realistic questions for you. So let's see how you answer them. Just answer whatever pops into your head.
Okay.
All right? So question number 1. How do you think you'd survive in a zombie apocalypse?
Zombie apocalypse, oh God. I won't survive. I can't run fast enough.
Okay.
I will become a zombie. I'll be bitten.
All right. Okay. What is it that you keep wanting to smell despite the fact that it doesn't smell good at all?
Despite the fact it doesn't smell good at all. Okay, no, I have this obsession with smelling petrol. I love petrol.
Same. Petrol, paint.
So when petrol paint, nail polish.
Yes, yes. Oh, okay.
And books. So books, I would...
The new books, right?
Yeah, new books. Sometimes old books, then I get into a sneeze attack and then... But I wouldn't say not smell good at all because I like those smells. So, yeah.
I kind of agree with you. What secret conspiracy would you like to actually start letting other people know?
Secret conspiracy.
Yes.
Secret conspiracy that already exists or something that I came up with?
Probably you can even come up with your own. But something you'd like to start telling people.
Gosh, no, this one's tough. I'm just gonna go with everyone. Please believe the moon landing story is fake.
So are you a pet lover?
I love cats.
Okay. If you were a dog,
Okay.
which breed would you want to be?
Oh, I would like to be a Labradoodle.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
Nice.
I
Okay.
like a gold one.
Okay, so how do you hang your toilet paper? Over or under?
Over.
Nice, good. I think that should be the way it is.
Yeah.
So why is it that round pizzas come in a square box?
Right? Because we're square people.
So what would you call a male ladybug?
Still a ladybug.
So what are 3 items you might purchase at a grocery store to get strange looks from the cashier?
Strange looks from the cashier.
Yeah. 3 things from the grocery store.
From
supermarket,
Good
say.
Lord. Well, condoms would still do it.
Okay, that's one.
I think cigarettes might do it.
Okay.
Still. Strange looks. These days, too many boxes of eggs.
Yes. Yeah.
If you go with more than 3 boxes of eggs, they look at you like, Miss, dekai pulwa.
Let's hope that changes this year.
Yeah.
So what's the sexiest name you've ever heard?
Ooh. No. Nothing's coming into my mind at the moment.
Okay, what do you consider a sexy name?
Why? I'm not even thinking of any actor. I think Luna is sexy. Maya. And anything French, I suppose.
Oh yeah.
But I can't say the French names. I'd say it wrong, so I won't say it.
What is the silliest thing you've ever seen a stranger do in public?
A stranger do in
Yeah.
public. Here I'm thinking of myself, I'm not thinking of the stranger. I do silly things.
Okay, so then what's the silliest thing that
Thing
you've
that
done
I've done.
in public?
It's not something things I've done, I just get into them, I fall a lot.
Okay.
Like once I got off the car in a sari and tripped and fell flat on my face at the entrance of an event.
Oh yeah. Oops.
Yeah, I trip all the time. I think it's something to do with my height. But what else? I talk to myself. I've got caught doing that a lot in 3-wheelers. So,
Okay.
so I would have conversations and there's obviously no one there. So there would be, sometimes in traffic, there would be other people in the cars kind of like, what's going on here? And there's no earphones also to pretend that
okay.
I'm on the phone. So.
So what do you typically do when you're bored?
When I'm bored, other than talking to myself, I watch Netflix, I read, sometimes I clean also. It's a bit boring, but
No, it's very Monica-ish from Friends.
yeah, sometimes it's what, you kind of think, okay, maybe let's do the cupboard.
Okay.
But there aren't that many bored moments, but yeah, I think mostly Netflix has got me now, so.
So have you ever made a prank call to someone that you didn't know?
Yeah, not recently, but I used to. School and all that, when there was
okay.
no CLI and
Yeah.
mobile phones around where they could see your number and call you back. I have, yeah. I used to
Alright.
call people with the names that start with Z and then just sort of sing their names to them on the phone.
Oh really?
Yeah, in telephone directories. So you'd get like,
Oh my gosh, okay.
so me and my friend would get together and we'd like, those are funny names, let's call them.
Oh dear. So if you were to be banned from your library, what would be the reason?
I would be banned from my library because I didn't return the books, or
It has to be something more dramatic than that.
yeah, it has to be something more dramatic. Because I danced. Maybe
Okay.
I had music on and I danced.
Okay. If you could ask me a funny question, what would it be?
Oh, tell me a dad joke. I like dad jokes.
You know, I've read so many, I can't remember any
Exactly
now.
right, yeah.
Okay, when I do remember, I'll tell you. If you could remove one color in the entire world, from the entire world, what would it be and why?
Good Lord, why would you remove
Just
colors?
one color.
Salmon pink.
Yeah, it doesn't look good on guys.
Yeah, and it doesn't look good on anyone. I don't know anyone who looks good in salmon pink. I've seen those bead chains that come in that color and I'm like, oh.
Okay. What's the most creative insult you can come up with?
Oh no.
It doesn't have to be, to someone specifically, just a creative insult.
No. Creative insults. I should have looked something up. A Shakespearean insult, I suppose, but right now I'm drawing a blank. So boring. Yeah, no.
Where would you like to time travel? Back to the past or to the future, and why?
Back to the past.
And why?
Things were simpler, and I think I may have done a lot of things differently if I went back.
Okay, but you wouldn't be you.
I
if you
wouldn't be
did.
me, that's true. Yeah. Future is scary. It's not, yeah, it's a little scary to go forward.
What color would you like if you had to eat a crayon straight from the box? Say it's edible crayon. Which color
Red.
would you choose?
Yeah.
What musical instrument has the most annoying sound to you?
Annoying sound. I wouldn't say it's the instrument, well, the vuvuzela, but I think the most annoying way to play your percussion is when they do the biscuit kuru thing. I get really annoyed when the bus music happens.
Okay.
Yeah, very annoying.
In all honesty, what are some of your guilty pleasures that you're willing to admit?
Chocolate for sure. I eat a lot of chocolate. I watch teen series.
Okay.
Like stuff
On Netflix?
Stuff meant for teenagers. I love those.
That's okay, it's just too.
And cheesy Christmas movies. Like those.
The Hallmark
The
ones.
Hallmark ones that you know are the exact same movie every time, and they're really bad. But I love watching them.
Alright. Okay, so what would you do if you could replace all the grass in the entire world with something else? And what would it be?
Ocean.
So, no land?
Wherever there's grass, so I mean floating buildings, but ocean.
So, how many ants do you think it would take to lift an elephant?
One really red ant who can bite really well would spring him up, make him jump.
If you could choose a soundtrack for your life,
Oh man.
what would it be?
Any Billie Eilish song.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. For sure.
What is it that everybody seems to be doing that makes them look really stupid?
I'm just thinking about people here who keep kind of still voting in people.
Okay.
That is very stupid, and also following certain charismatic leaders who have stolen and they still don't see through all of that. I find it really, it irks me because I see a lot of educated people doing it, and
Okay, so the last question. What's the craziest characteristic that you have?
the craziest characteristic that I have.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Can you name a few crazy characteristics? I'll tell you if I have them.
Okay, I have this thing where I laugh a lot for the stupidest thing. And my family has like, oh my gosh, it started again.
Right. It's not a characteristic, I think it's like a physical flaw. When I laugh too much, my nose laughs a lot. Like,
Okay.
It balloons, and I've been bugged about it from my friends a lot that her nose has started laughing. So after that I started doing this thing where I have a hanky with me all the time to cover my face when I laugh because I'm so conscious about my nose flying away. But that's something I do. Craziest characteristic. Nothing that over the top, I think. I like embarrassing my mom in public. So myself and my daughter get together, and my sister as well, and we just do, we get really loud, or we talk in American accents, or we do like little dances and things when my mom is around, because she's very conscious about how we behave in public. So we misbehave in public just to
Annoying her.
Just to annoy her. We love it.
Okay. Alright, so you've come to the end of segment 2 and to the end of the show. Thank you, Megan, for being on the show.
Thank
it was
you. It's
lovely
been
and fun to have you on the show.
It's been great. Thank you so
And you've
much.
been great and such a natural in front of the camera. Thank you, and wishing you all the very best for a wonderful 2024.
Same to you. Thanks so much for having me. There you have it. These are my answers to the questions and the game. Be sure to check out Living's Instagram and Facebook pages for the latest episodes of Living Gets Real.